wasn't able to film in December. Well, I did film in December, but all of those videos are now void because December's gone, and all my Christmas themed videos were not able to be edited because I just didn't have time. So I'm just starting afresh. First things first, I want to address my hair. As you guys have probably seen in the video that I posted up Sunday, I have done something a little bit different to my hair, and I've posted it on my Facebook fan page and also on my Instagram. So as you guys know, I'm natural, but I have done nothing to my hair apart from wigging it and loving it for the last year and a bit. So I mentioned that I wanted to do something different to my hair, and I wanted to be on a more healthier journey. Not journey, but I wanted to be a little bit more healthy with it, and I kind of also wanted to see my hair more because of it always being cooped up under a wig. So in 2014 I cut off my hair again because I did a treatment called Free from Frizz, which I really disliked. It was a horrible keratin treatment to put on my hair. I was testing it out from a company that has, from a PR agency that has sent it to me, and I didn't want to test that on anyone first. I wanted to test that on myself, and I really disliked the results for my 4C hair. Now fast forward 2015 and no 2014, I chopped off all my hair again because that's how much I didn't like the treatment. I shaved my hair off to like a level, I want to say level 2, which I was really unhappy about because I had finally in my head reached the perfect short hair length, and I was going between wigs and my natural hair, which was like the perfect regime. And then I had to cut it off again, so I felt like I had to I just wore my units back to back for over a year. So if you fast forward to now, last year 2015, I saw the hair growth from my hair, but I didn't particularly want to do anything with it, and I got so used to wearing units that I completely just did treatments and put my hair back in K-rows and wore a wig, and that was my life for basically the majority of the past year and a half. So for the past, I want to say 7 months, I've had texture release, just sitting in the shelf, not doing anything in my hair box because I was supposed to do a review on it, but I kept getting flashbacks of the Free from Frizz horrible experience. Now it's kind of my fault because I know that Avlon is a fully scientifically backed hairline. It's amazing for the amount of work that they put into their products, and it is one of the #1 choices, like one of the top 10 things I will use on any of my clients' hair because the line is that good. But I was still quite nervous because obviously I've had a bad experience with said mild keratin treatment. Now I'm quite familiar with using keratin treatments such as a Rosai, Nunat, and I think those two are the ones that I use the most, and Brocato in the salon, and I know what they work like. So I'm very nervous to use any other product because I don't know how they work. So when this was introduced, I kind of pushed it to one side. Now one of my close friends has done it for a year, and it worked perfectly for her. Now her hair is not as close to my hair texture. She's more of a 4B and I'm a 4C with bits of 4B in my hair, and she's more of a 4A/4B hair type. So it worked amazing on her hair. Her hair's grown, she's had less breakage, and I think she trimmed her hair twice last year. So because I didn't necessarily want to do an Rosai, and I didn't even think about doing another keratin treatment, to be quite honest, because I just didn't want to. It has nothing to do with how good or how bad the treatments are. I do think that they work depending on what you want to achieve on your hair, but I just stayed away from it. Now in December just gone, I went to George Cosset Salon in Birmingham, and I was lucky enough to it was called a hair talk, and Jackie, who's one of the educators for Avlon, broke down this treatment. And by the end of it, I was like, I need to do the treatment. Because I do want to wear my hair straight, but I also don't want to be confined to just wearing my hair straight. I want to be able to wear my hair curly, but I also didn't want my hair to go too far away from the texture that it originally is. So, one of the things that I noted during the during the treatment was that my curl pattern was still pretty much intact. It wasn't so, I had not lost my curls, but my curls had loosened a very tiny bit, like the slightest bit, which I was super happy about. And my main aim was that I can't do wash and goes. I do wash and shrink. My hair just shrinks. It doesn't do a wash and go, it just shrinks. So I wanted to be able to do some sort of a wash and go if I choose to. So it looked quite nice. So still quite, I looked more like an all-round 4B than a 4C/4B. So that will give you an idea of what my hair looked like after the treatment was done. Now, the treatment does say that if you want to wear your hair straight quite often, you go over with the straighteners between 5 to 7 times. If you want to be able to wear your hair in curly and straight, you go over with the straighteners 3 to 5 times. And if you don't want any heat at all, the treatment also has a curl shape and shine cream for those that don't actually want to wear it straight in any way. So that's really what I loved about the product, because with some products they sell the things differently, but this all comes in one box. And this is a salon. The procedure itself is pretty simple. The first step is the nourishing cleansing shampoo. You just wet your hair, apply the shampoo, massage it for about 5 minutes, rinse and shampoo a second time, and then rinse thoroughly and proceed to the next step. Now the second part is the releasing lotion, which is this one right here. So this releasing lotion, you have to dry your hair up to 80% under a hooded dryer, and divide the hair into 4 sections, and then spray the product onto the hair and leave it for 30 minutes under the hooded dryer, and then let it cool down for 5 minutes. Now, my first initial reaction to this part was, are you going, Florence, my co-worker, detangled my hair first, because I didn't really actually have a clue of how the product works. I just trusted that another professional had given it its stamp of approval, and just like I know how a rose dye worked, I wanted to know exactly how this particular product worked, and I didn't trust anybody apart from the actual company to educate me on it. So Florence then detangled my hair, and then she sprayed the releasing lotion onto it. Guys, my hair was still curly, so obviously at this point I'm like, are you not going to stretch it out? What's happening? Once my hair in its natural state goes under the dryer, it's going to shrink even more, which means that it's going to be so hard to handle. But thankfully she did detangle my hair first, and then put the product on, put me under the dryer and under the cap for 30 minutes, and then let it cool down for 5 minutes. Then step 3, well, part of step 2 was then to rinse the product out of my hair completely for 3 minutes, or until the water was clear. Then step 3, she sprayed the texture release thermal protective mist over my hair, and then she blow dried using a comb. Now, if you are doing the natural, if you're staying natural, then all you need to do is just proceed to step 4, which is add the curl shape and shine cream. But because I wanted to wear my hair straight, we went ahead and put the thermal protecting mist over my hair, and then she detangled each section and then blow dried with the fork, with the comb attachment. And then with the iron, she did 3 to 5 passes in very fine sections all over my hair, and then she gave me a good trim, and voila. The first day of the treatment was, like I said, quite fluffy. Then I wrapped my hair that night, and the next day it was slick. It was so good. I was instantly reassured. My hair felt soft. Obviously I was a little bit annoyed because I couldn't put anything in my hair. I always want to reach for some sort of moisture, because being natural, I always know that my hair needs moisture. So even though my hair felt soft, I always felt like it was a bit thirsty, needed a bit of oil or something, which I could not add. So for the next 3 days I just wrapped my hair, and just left it as is. It didn't frizz too much. My ends were still intact, so I did feel like when I was in the salon and working, it didn't revert, but it kind of got a little bit bigger, but without frizz, which is quite weird, but that's what happened. And then on day 5 I added my first bit of moisture, and once I did that, it was even more slick. And you're supposed to be able to wash it after, I think, 3 days or 7 days, but I just opted for the 7 days. So then just after Christmas and just before the New Year's, I went over and I got Vicky to do a wash and press, like wash my hair and then press it again. Now I just used the normal stuff that I use, the First Lava shampoo, hydrating shampoo, which are also all sulfate free, and then Vicky used the conditioning cream hairdress and proceeding in straightening my hair as normal. Now 2 things I noticed. One, my curl pattern was I can really see the curl pattern because I had straightened my hair, and my curl pattern was a little bit looser, but it was still very much intact. So I would say I'm more of a like 4B, all around the 4B. There were little bits of my hair that were, I wouldn't say straight, but they were just a little bit looser at the front, but that's to be expected because my natural curl pattern at the front is a little bit looser anyway. So I expected that to happen, and a little bit at the back was a bit loose, but it was nothing that you would notice unless you were in my hair. So yeah, so that I really liked that, which meant that I could definitely wear my hair in a wash and go. It shrunk, but it was still in a nice shape because the hairstyle had been cut really nicely. And then when Vicky pressed it, it was still quite poofy, and I knew that all I had to do was wrap it. And this time I was afraid to apply lotion to my hair, so I just applied the conditioning cream hairdress, and I think I put the overnight treatment on my hair, wrapped it, and the next day, bam, hair was slick. And it's been like that since. It actually, to a lot of people, looks like I've relaxed my hair, which is why I felt like I needed to do a quick review on this video, because a lot of people have asked me if I've relaxed my hair and what relaxer I've used. I have not relaxed my hair. I've done a texture release. If I wash this hair right now, it reverts right back to its natural state. But in week 2 or week 1.5, I can honestly say that this is one of the best things I've done to my hair whilst being natural. The aim is obviously to keep my hair on a healthy journey and to be good to my hair like I've always been. So I'm going to keep doing treatments. I'm not always going to straighten my hair, but I intend of straightening it for the month of January, because I really like wearing my hair like this. And then I'm just going to pack it back up and put it into wigs, or cane wear it and have a resting period. And then when I'm ready to trim my hair every 3 months, I'm gonna do a length check by straightening my hair and trimming the ends. Now the treatment lasts for 18 washes. It does say 2 months on the pack, but whilst having the talk with Jackie, she said that every time you wash your hair, the treatment gets released every single time. So what will happen is after 18 washes, it should completely be out, but that's just a guideline. 2 months is also a guideline to say how long it should last. But if you wash your hair twice in those 2 months, then the treatment's still going to be in your hair. Whereas if you wash your hair 10 to 15 times in those 2 months, then more than likely the treatment's going to be out of your hair. So just for safekeep, I don't intend to do this treatment more than twice a year, if not 3 times, but that just depends on how many times I wash my hair. So I'm gonna see how it goes, and I'm sure I'll be able to tell when the treatment's out. But just to be on the safe side, I'll probably do it once to twice a year, so every 6 months really. So the next time I'm due to do this treatment will probably be just after my birthday in June or around May. So yes, I have trimmed my hair and I've cut it into a shape which I'm quite happy about, and the aim is to grow it into a bob. I've done the texture release by Avlon, which I really like, and I do recommend for people that are not quite sure what to do with their hair, that don't quite trust the keratin treatment, and that also want to wear their hair both curly and straight. I do know that different people have opinions about Brazilian blow dries. I am all for them, but it's to each his own. So I hope you've enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think of this hair. I'm gonna just show you a close-up. But yeah, I really like it. I feel like I feel so good to touch my scalp. Like, it feels so good to touch my scalp. I don't think you guys understand. It's been ages, and my scalp just feels really nice. I've not had no problems scalp wise. I've always had dry scalp, so I've just been applying stuff for that. And yeah, so that's basically it. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye.